Good afternoon, everyone. We'll get started momentarily. We thank you for joining us. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll get started in a few moments. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the State Treasurer's Office webinar series, Inside the Vault, Resources for Local Leaders. My name is Christian Daly, and I'm the STO's External Affairs Manager. If this is your first webinar with us, welcome. And to those that have joined us before, welcome back. A few housekeeping notes before we get started. This webinar is being recorded and it will be made available afterwards. The information shared today will be sent to all in attendance and to those that have registered. And finally, we encourage you to drop your questions, if you have them, into the chat. We have a treasure trove of information lined up for you. As we move through today's webinar, you'll hear about an update on some of our programs and other initiatives, as well as learn about two great resources within our office, learning something new that can benefit those that you serve or even your own household. As always, we hope you have a eureka moment, like a California-specific aha moment. This webinar will be as interactive as it is informative, as we have a few polls for you to engage with us. With that said, let's open up this vault. And we're starting off with the poll. What image do you have as your screen's background? Let's see the choices as our poll is up. Is it an image of nature, a pet or a loved one, something inspirational, or default settings? So folks are chiming in. We'll give it a few more moments. I see the poll is shifting a little bit. All righty. With that, looks like majority of you have said default settings, and I'm one as well. Well, whichever one is your background, we are glad to also be on your screen today. So next, we'll be sharing what's new with the STO. And first, starting off with the recap of the California Creates Manufacturing Forum. The STO, along with its California Alternative Energy and Advanced Transportation Financing Authority, hosted the California Creates Golden State Manufacturing Forum at Cal State LA back in October. The forum brought together a powerful cross-section of manufacturers, investors, state leaders, financial experts, and community stakeholders to explore how California can continue to grow its manufacturing sector through strategic investment, public-private collaboration, and innovative financing tools. The event served as a platform to elevate the voices of entrepreneurs and business owners, highlight and model successful partnerships, and showcase programs and resources that are helping manufacturers thrive in the Golden State. Our fall bond sales. This fall, the STO successfully completed a series of bond sales, raising funds to support veterans, schools, housing, public infrastructure, and critical state programs. In total, the STO sold $4.14 billion to support building or renovating public school and community college facilities, behavioral health infrastructure and treatment resources, home ownership for California veterans, state infrastructure, and saving taxpayers $182 million in debt service costs over the next 20 years. CalSavers campaign and compliance deadline. During our last two webinars, we shared about CalSavers employer incentive campaign. 2,000 small businesses have been named CalSavers champions, receiving a $500 prize as a part of the initiative. These employers stepped up ahead of the state's deadline to offer retirement savings to their employees, supporting their financial wellness and resilience. All employers with one or more employees are required to offer a retirement savings program, either by providing a qualified plan or by facilitating CalSavers, a program within our office. The deadline to meet this requirement is December 31st. And finally, a legislative update. During the past legislative session, Treasurer Ma sponsored and supported a number of bills that were signed into law by Governor Gavin Newsom. Some of the 9 bills sponsored that were signed include SB 631, which extends eligibility to include schools impacted by disasters and prioritizing them for funding through the Charter School Revolving Loan Fund, and SB 86, which extends the sunset date for KFA sales and use tax exclusion program to 2028. Some of the 5 supported bills signed into law include AB 1127, which prohibits the sale of any semi-automatic handgun in California that are easily convertible into a fully automatic machine gun, and AB 1138, which provides a $750 million tax credit allocation for film projects. The STO thanks these respective legislators for their partnership and leadership. To learn more about these bills, please read our December newsletter. We're dropping a link to it into the chat. All right, time for another poll, everyone. What do you think is the biggest barrier to health facility development in your community? Our poll is up. Is it a lack of funding, regulatory hurdles, or something else? Let's see. Hey, answers are coming in. There was a tie, but now things are shifting a bit. Give it a few more moments for folks to submit their answers. Okay, looks like we're back at a tie. Oh, and I spoke too soon. So the majority of you are saying that it's a lack of funding. Well, our next presenter will share some information that can help small and rural health facilities remove some of these barriers. I'd now like to pass to Brock Lewis, Program Manager within the California Health Facilities Financing Authority. Brock?
Thank you, Christian. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brock Lewis. I'm a Program Manager here at the California Health Facilities Financing Authority. On our next page, just a quick slide showing our team here of we have our Executive Director, Deputy Executive Director, myself, and then a staff of 4 analysts. On our next slide, we'll go over a brief overview of CHFA, and we were established in 1979 with the mission to help health facilities reduce their cost of capital and to promote important health access, healthcare improvement, and cost containment objectives. We are governed by, we have a 9-member board chaired by the Treasurer, Fiona Ma, and we hold our board meetings every month, usually the last Thursday of each month, where we approve different types of financings. And on the next slide, these are our financing programs. We have a bond financing program, which includes commercial paper, a tax-exempt equipment financing program, and finally a loan financing program, which includes the Healthcare Expansion Loan Program 2, which I'll be discussing today. On our next slide, a little overview of HELP 2. This program started in 1995 with the purpose of improving and expanding access to healthcare by providing eligible nonprofit and public health facilities with low interest rate loans in an efficient, timely, and cost-effective manner. And that cost effectiveness is shown in our fees. We charge a $50 application fee, and we only have a 1.25% loan fee that is due at closing. We, for the HELP 2, we provide loans from a minimum of $25,000 up to a maximum of $2 million. And proceeds can be used to either purchase real property, construct a new facility, renovate or remodel an existing facility, purchase equipment and furnishings, or to refinance existing debt. And one note is for refinancing loans that the maximum loan amount for that type of loan is $1 million. On the next slide, Some of the terms for our loans: if you are looking to purchase property, construct a new facility, renovate an existing facility, or purchase equipment or furnishings, we have a 3% fixed interest rate. If you're looking to refinance a loan, we have a 4% interest rate. The repayment periods is a maximum of 20 years for property acquisition, construction, and renovation, 15 years for a loan refinancing, and 5 years for equipment or furnishing purchases. We do require a 95% loan to value ratio, and we determine that based off of a current appraisal. And after approval, resolutions are valid for 6 months. And mostly important particularly important for construction and renovation loans, we want to make sure that your project is ready to start within that 6 months after being approved. Certain collateral we require is for loans involving real estate, such as property acquisition, construction, renovation, and refinance. We place a deed of trust lien on the property. For equipment and furnishing purchases, we file a UCC-1 financing statement on the equipment and furnishings purchased. And then for all loans, we have a gross revenue pledge. And finally, for our Help 2 loans, we do not have any prepayment penalties. And then on the next slide is that same information in table form. And then on the next slide, so eligibility criteria for our Help 2 loan program. Borrowers must be they must qualify as a health facility as defined under the CHFA statute, and must meet one of the following: either have no more than 40 million in annual gross revenues, the project must be located in a rural or frontier medical service study area, and that is defined by the California Healthcare Workforce Policy Commission, or they would have to be a district hospital. And those last two do not need the 40 million gross revenue requirement is not applicable to the last two items. Health facilities also must be a nonprofit 501c3 organization or a public health facility such as a city, county, or district hospital. Health facilities, with some exceptions, need to be licensed by the state of California and must be in existence for at least 3 years, performing the same type of services. So with that, we're not able to provide funding for startup facilities. And then finally, we also require that 3 years of audited financial statements must be included with the application to demonstrate fiscal soundness and ability to meet the terms of the loan. And then once we receive an application and moving towards board meeting for approval, we prepare a staff report to include basic information about the borrower and the project, and our financial analysis and staff recommendation. CHFA staff presents the financing request and recommendation to the board, and we do require the borrower to be available to answer questions from board members, and that can be either in person or virtually on Teams. And the board will vote on approval of the request at the meeting, so you'll know immediately if you've been approved. And then again, loans must close within 6 months of receiving that board approval. And then here we're just highlighting one of our success stories. We actually had 2 health facilities, Santa Cruz Community Health and Dientes Community Dental Health, came together to construct this new campus. See on the left side, the building on the left side of the picture is Santa Cruz Community Health, and on the right side was Dientes Dental Health. So it was 2 separate organizations. They each came in and got their own loan and were able to put together this great project here. And then this last slide here is just our contact information. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out by email or phone. And with that, concludes my presentation, and I'll turn it back over to Christian.
All right. Thank you, Brock, for giving us that briefing on the Help 2 program. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Shifting gears to the entrepreneur and business community, what is the main challenge small businesses face in accessing capital in your region? Okay, our poll is up and our choices are before us. We'll give it a few moments for folks to submit their answers. Give it a few extra moments because last time there was a tie and I said it shifted. So a few extra moments. All right, we'll call it there. And looking at between the chat and also the poll itself, there is a tie between, oh, right when I said that. So the majority of you say that it's high interest rates. Well, our next presenter will share some information on some great resources for California's current and future business owners. I'd like to pass to Lauren Dominguez, a program manager within the California Pollution Control Financing Authority. Lauren?
Perfect. Thank you, Christian. Hi, my name is Lauren Dominguez, and I am the CalCap Program Section Manager for the California Pollution Control Financing Authority. And today I'm very excited to cover our newest small business credit enhancement program. It's going to be a statewide loan participation program. So I'll be going over some background information, how the program is structured, a little bit about, I will touch on program eligibility, as well as provide you all with program contact information. So let's get right into it. Okay, a little bit about our authority. We are the California Pollution Control Financing Authority, and we administer programs that incentivize capital investments and specific economic activities reflecting different state and federal policy goals. We have been called the California Pollution Control Financing Authority for the last 50 years since we became an authority, but we recently received legislative authority to change our name to more fit our current mission. So starting January 1st, 2026, we will be known as the Capital Programs and Climate Financing Authority, still keeping the same CPCFA acronym. So California as a whole was awarded a little over $1.18 billion in federal SSBCI funds to administer different credit enhancement programs within the state. Currently, that $1.18 billion in funds is split between our authority and iBank. So iBank, they are underneath the governor's office, and they administer the state loan guarantee program and the venture capital programs. And we at CPCFA currently administer a state small business loan loss reserve program and collateral support programs. And since California receives so much in SSBCI funding, we did decide as an authority to implement the fifth type of credit enhancement, which is a loan participation program. We received approval from U.S. Treasury to implement this program with $150 million of SSBCI funding in July of 2024. And then in order to help support the implementation and operational capacities of this program, we did contract with a third-party administrator called Community Capital Alliance, LLC. They are a company that works with public agencies to provide like economic development solutions that are focused on California small businesses, and we are very grateful for their partnership. Next slide, please. Thank you. The loan participation program is going to be structured as a loan purchase program in which our authority will purchase anywhere between 25 to 50% of the loan originated by a participating lender made eligible to small business borrowers. The loan will carry a fixed or below market interest rate, which is great because it reduces the borrower costs, which in turn, of course, benefits the small business borrower as a whole. We are currently, as we develop the program, we are focusing on growing CPCFA's lender portfolio. Right now, 80% of our participating lenders in our other credit enhancement programs are CDFIs. So for this program, we have decided that we are going to be working specifically with community banks throughout California. We understand that community banks in California play a very crucial role in supporting the local economy and community development. Their small business lending activities are vital for providing access to credit while also supporting the local small businesses and reinvesting in communities throughout California. And a little bit about the program and eligibility. In order to be eligible for the program, the small business must be located in California and have less than 750 full-time employees. The business must also have their primary economic effect in California, meaning at least 51% of the jobs are created and retained in California, or 50% of the business revenue must be generated in California. Eligible loan purposes can be for anywhere from working capital to equipment, inventory, marketing, startup costs, and even commercial real estate purchase. The only caveat about the commercial real estate purchase is that if the small business borrower is looking to purchase a new building, the small business borrower must be at least 60% occupancy in that building. And if the small business is looking to purchase an existing building, they must be at least 51% occupied in that building. The types of loans that we are going to offer to this loan participation program are going to be lines of credit, SBA 504 bridge loans. So this is the interim loan that we're able to support prior to the small business receiving SBA permanent financing, and term loans up to 10 years. The minimum loan amount for the program will be at least $100,000 up to the maximum amount, which is $20 million. And then we will, as an authority, come in and participate at a rate of anywhere between 25 to 50% of the loan being originated, not to exceed $5 million of our participation. The loan size, the structure, and all of the underwriting for these loans for the small business borrowers will be determined by each participating lender in the program. So the program is currently, like I stated in the beginning, we're currently in the development phase, but we do anticipate that the program will be launched in the second quarter of 2026. So stay tuned for that. The launch will include a portal for small businesses to connect with lenders who are going to be enrolled in the program. You can be included in our email list if you would like to receive informational emails as we approach the program's launch. So the last page here, I have listed our LPP website and our LPP email. So to be included in our email list, feel free to email calcap_LPP@treasurer.ca.gov. And if you are interested in learning more about our other credit enhancement programs that we are currently administering, such as our small business program, our collateral support program, or even our zero emissions program, I have included the QR code at the bottom of this page that will send you directly to those specific program websites. So thank you for your time, and I will pass it back over to Christian.
All right. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing that information to help future and current business owners in the Golden State. Now, let's see if we have any questions from our attendees. And again, we encourage you, if you have your questions, to drop them in the chat. So during the course of this webinar, there was one question to come in for the Help To program. So we'll welcome Brock back. And here is the question. How does the revenue pledge work for the Help To loan?
Hi, Christian. Thank you for the question. The revenue pledge is also, it gets filed as part of the UCC-1 financing statement and is recorded at the Secretary of State's office. And it's basically like a promise to pay the loan with gross revenues. If I can look and see who that is, I can give more specific detail to what exactly is a part of that gross revenue pledge. But yeah, it goes into more detail of what exactly it is that is recorded.
Awesome. Thank you for the question, and Brock, thank you for the answer. We do have another question, and this one is for Lauren. So a couple of questions within here. If I count right, 3. So does LPP limit lender risk is the first question. So I'll give you a moment to answer that.
Yes, it will limit lender risk, and we are structuring the LPP to also work as like a capacity builder for the different community banks that are participating.
Thank you. Another quick question. Does CPCFA effectively take up or on up to $5 million of default risk?
Well, the $5 million cap is the cap on the percentage that we will be purchasing through the program. If a loan does happen to go into default, that will be worked out between our authority and the lender. So it's not really a, so it doesn't, if we participate and, it is the $5 million that we are participating, the claim is going to be split, I guess if you would say, between the lender and our authority.
Understood. Thank you. And last question before we move forward. Does LPP increase liquidity for banks or encourage and facilitate lower interest rates?
Yes. So the way we are going to structure the program is, any part that we are going to be purchasing will have a lower interest rate for the portion that our authority is purchasing, which lowers the overall interest rate for the small business borrower.
Awesome. Thank you for those questions. And Lauren, thank you for those answers.
You're very welcome.
So for the sake of time, we'll move forward, but if there are any other questions, we'll happily answer them offline. Now, we have a couple of questions for you. We would love to know how we can better serve you and your respective communities, keeping these webinars tuned to meet your needs. So we have a poll up, and we would love to know which STO program area you would love to learn more about. Okay. Thank you. We'll give folks a few more moments to submit their responses. Okay. Thank you for your feedback. Also, we love your input on today's webinar. We just dropped a survey link into the chat. Please open up the link and provide your feedback. It's a quick survey, only 3 questions. We'll give folks a few moments to see that link, click it, and open it up. And of course, we thank you for your feedback. We'd like to thank you for your time joining us for our Inside the Vault webinar series. If you had a eureka moment and would like to partner with us to share this information with your community, email us at askfiona@treasurer.ca.gov. If you have any questions, we're just an email away. Visit our website to learn even more about our office and the resources available to you. And be sure to sign up for our newsletter to see our work around the state. Lastly, be on the lookout for an email with information on the programs you heard about today and an invitation to our next webinar in March. Thank you for the vital work you do for your communities and for joining with us to improve the lives of Californians. Have a great day and happy holidays to all.